Hi folks, so Champions of Westeros is back. Well, it's always present kind of. It's a tournament that has 4 seasons per year and is kind of always played. But we are reaching another final. It's the summer 2025 and the two players that have made it this far are Mates and martifoz. Martifoz won one of the recent ones. I don't know, is he defending champion here or did he win 2 editions ago possibly? Mates also very successful in this tournament in the past. I remember at least one final he played, not sure if he even won one. They are starting, so we'll jump into it and then afterwards we can see some statistics and stuff from the tournament. So that we don't miss the game, let's just jump into it. So yes, not surprised at all by this matchup. So we have Greyjoy Winter, which Mates has played a lot recently, and in this tournament he played it in the top 4. Or was it top 8? Well, one of the previous rounds anyway. And Haren plays the Randall Ridge deck, which yeah, is that on that thin line between really strong and not so problematic. I don't know on which side it falls. I mean, sometimes when he's in play, he gets within a round or two 10 plus locations into play, and the Wardens of the Reach have 10 plus strength, and everyone has stand, and High Guard and Honor Guard comes in for free, and the opponent can only watch because there's nothing to be done in challenges. They're too strong. But then it also just sometimes has no game, can get aggroed a bit. I mean, here is trying to get choked a bit and Randall's not in play. But some econ already is, including of course the modifier on Mace, so which way is it going to go is the question. And what are the resets? That could be really key. There have been suggestions to restrict this particular Tyrell deck a little bit, but honestly hasn't really had any notable results. I mean, won one tournament I think in Catalonia, or I think it was Raiko that won it, if I remember. I can check later, perhaps. But yeah, definitely was pretty much gone from the game with previous restriction to Randall Tarly, and now it's back, and we see it in these key games. So, and hitting We Do Not Sow might actually be really good, because Oltan's one of the key cards. When you get stuck with Randall, you need that Oltan trigger. Meister Murimur is here to cancel it potentially. But let's see if there's a Bloody Cup now to be played on Mace Tyrell. It's a problem. Now, can you defend all the challenges is the question. Oh, I did say I was going to join voice channel on the friendly open server. Sorry about that. There isn't one for Champions of Westeros, but just this melee chat channel. I guess I'll join if anyone wants to commentate with me. Okay. Well, Mace goes for the intrigue, gives himself a tiny chance to draw something that can oppose the power challenge also. I mean, there could already be in hand a high tower spy. But if not, and there's a Bloody Cup for Mace, that's such a hit. He was a 6 coster with a gold modifier, then the choke really is on. Battle for the win in the challenge here. There is a high tower spy. Well, that solves most problems. Okay, this also is not at the moment free, of course, but it is a key card. You can try it with Old Town if Murinor allows, but the thing is, only 4 reserve. This Summer Harvest, I mean, there's a choke going on, of course. Choking to reserve all the time. But all in all, I would say that Harren has survived this pretty well so far. I mean, can he get Randall into play though? Because there's Botley Crew and Ralph, so I think one of the cards, one of the plots that we see a lot in this deck lately is enemies in every shadow, which is 6 gold, and with the King's Road there, have to get past more and more. So let's assume King's Road doesn't work, and then you get choked 2. You're down to 4 plus Mace 5 and Rose Garden. You're still kind of short. And then of course that plot has 4 reserve naturally and -2 from the Greyjoy Winter effects, and then you have no hand after you play that, so I'm a little bit worried. So he gets rid of 1 card before Reserve Baron. The main fair can try to put something on top that's a little bit more playable. It's a bit of an effort to sort these. One goes to the bottom, all the others go on top. Now, there is another way, of course, to get Randall into play. You can play the Prince who came too late. The problem is, though, it's Greyjoy Winter. So first of all, there could be barring, and second of all, you have to play a plot that protects Randall straight after, because there could be Morghulis or Stranger. So I guess that Ghosts of Harrenhal or something is played as a protection. Sometimes it's a lot of effort, and then it would be really damaging if he got a Bloody Cup at any point or something like that. But if he's in play and stuff is in play, then this deck's doing really well, I think. Mortimer cancels Old Town. He was about to draw the card on top, but now he's not there to cancel King's Road. There is the 2 reserve. And only 1 card can be protected from Forest Spring here. The best one, maybe Randall Tarley. There was another King's Road, so I think you can get him into play if you have him. Slight delay before or after the reduce the trigger. I wonder if there's also Drowned God Fanatic in hand. Doesn't use Rose Garden. Of course, these locations do work with his ability. Okay, that's got around the econ choke real nice. And he sorted all of these, so they're just gonna come in. Still not entirely safe though, with only 4 characters in play against some unopposed. Oh. Okay, Ralph the Limper doesn't have the Bloody Cup Gold. This guy is a bit new at the moment, so something had to go out for this guy to come in to the deck. Usually there was Gorod Good Brother. Of course, at some point you had Balon or Asha now, if under the current restricted list. If you want those, then you're not playing Night Flyer. With Ralph in play, there's almost certainly is going to be Night Flyer as the restricted card. So he replaces some of those bigs. And he is 6 plus 4 from Ralph Canning. They survived the Harris together really nice, so that's good for Mates. Sometimes there is the Harris and Wildfire Assault in these decks. There's a lot of deck building options, so can't be sure exactly what resets are being played. Matt is kind of on the defensive now. Ooh, nope, Tron. Bit late for that. If that had come in, would block Randall Tarley completely. Then the deck does nothing. Just missed it for a round. I think if Randall was not in play this round, Mates would have marshaled that instead of that Ralph. Here we go. Yeah, they're pretty crazy once they start doing this, so this will now, I think, come down to what happens with the resets. And Matt is not in a great position for a reset. He has the dupes, but what he doesn't have is any econ. He has a single sea tower there. Attacking pretty bravely. Not worried about counters. Of course, there is now some stand with Randall also. But yeah, without the 2 gold, it's not that urgent. You can play with Do Not Sow on a single location, presumably Old Town. Now that Randall's there, that's a very minor hit considering all that can happen really. Now I'm going to join me on commentary, see some people watching. Yeah, good chance to win any challenge he likes now, with Highgarden also there. Well, so Randall Tarley has been used now how many times? Twice, so there should be unopposed possible here unless there's more characters coming in through some means. And if military is pushed through, then that poor fellows will be gone from the top of the dead pile, and that was really good actually. But the traits are on the other side, by the way. Ally Raider. Ooh, okay. How much are they reduced? What's the reach here? Almost everything, right? Also, they're flat out 0. Okay, never mind. Does he play them out though because he's on 2 reserve? Playing them into a potential reset. And Misty Moran was discarded earlier. Not sure how many there are. So the Honor Guard comes in, Wardens of the Reach still in hand and might be kept in hand actually. Just give me a second. Okay. So what happened? Town cancelled and we lost King's Road and Poor Fellows. Okay, so Wardens is still in hand. More and more doesn't want Old Town to trigger. I mean, it was in taxation, so after the reserve check, but also, I mean, the power gain. Now what do we do? Randall has to be kept alive, so it's gonna be an anti-Morghulis plot for sure for Harren. But then if he plays Ghost of Harrenhal and there's no reset and there's no dupe coming for Randall, then what? I mean, close call is for sure also in the deck. And if it relies on one specific character so much. Yeah. But it's gonna be Ralph, the two Ralphs, and either a Botlick or more and more. I would expect more and more against a single Randall Tarley. With Wardens in hand and the stand, can he now protect himself against everything? Better sort them correctly. It's Botley Crew, it's not more and more. And no additional reasons or anything like that. Maybe didn't think it was worth it, or maybe doesn't have them. There's a possibility, it's not huge, but there is some possibility he also plays the Stranger. Okay, there's absolutely no gold here. So one of those armies that's free. Oof, actually, never mind. This plus the 3 rose gardens if he wants to use them. Yeah, and honor guard in hand, so that went magically well, honestly, for Harden. He's spending the rich locations though. For what exactly? Oops, just for nothing, miscounted. But he needs them for the Randall stand, surely. That's a bit of a miscalculation, but I don't think it's that damaging, honestly, with the honor guard in hand and free. And no stealth at the moment, so can play defensively and just defend all the challenges this round, and then we go another round in peace. Or does he want to attack? I mean, he has claim, but he can't get bloody cup. That's the thing. If he gets bloody cupped, it's a disaster. I'd like to probably do one little challenge. Why did he need the rose gardens? Could have had 2 stands. He has 1 stand now. Must have had a... Ooh, and that's really nice. The chances that there are 2 are low, but there is some chance. Yeah. Not gonna do a second one. Must have had a character in hand or something in hand that could have been marshaled, but was missing 1 gold. Right? And nothing done on the other side. I mean, potentially just gives renown away. So honor guard, another one on top. Was there one in hand also? Because in the plot phase it's difficult to... The draw phase reveals 1. Okay, so that was after the draw. Okay, cool. I see. So then could have done some challenges. See what happens, right? So any more damaging plots for Mates? Nothing burns. That's gonna burn that Horn Hill presumably, and not much else. An Iron Fleet Scout. Not ideal. I think Tyrell has survived. Good timing on Ghosts of Herrenholder. Didn't find the dupe since, so if Matas had delayed it. But then, yeah, there's a lot of power gain. There will be close call, so... Here's where you need Old Town, right? Get out of this block that you have. And there's a non-rich location on top. 6 gold plot. 6 gold plot and he has 2 gold available. Well, plays the econ location, that should help in the future. But the thing is, can't push any challenge through realistically because they are so strong. You can get a ghost one, but there's the honor guard coming in. Can even take more and more power icon if it's needed. Only one reach location though again. So can stand one time. Do we Grey goes this to get unopposed? Doesn't seem to be a terrible penalty for unopposed for Harren though at the moment with 0 gold. Makes Randall an army. And Randall's the one that can't defend, but he will attack though. So you have enough strength to defend military. That's the most important one with these 3 in play. You kind of want to keep them all. So 9 strength wardens plus tricks potentially. Ah, okay, Ralph goes into the power challenge anyway. I think military should be possible, depending on what is there for High Garden, although if you use High Garden so it kneels for the strength, yeah, then you can't stand anyone. Is there another character coming in? Doesn't bother. And what is going to go here? The other honor guard makes sense. That's a good pillage. That would be... Yeah, this round too expensive. There's no long table in play, but still. Let's see what the pillage has done now, because that was blocking Randall's ability. It was crazy triggering it again 1,000 times after the card stand. Might be more locations in there. Oh, and the Nikon card. I mean, he marshaled quite a few things and didn't marshal that. $13, I mean, oof, that's dominance as well. If he passes an old town, does he have also... No, the challenge would be opposed, so dominance, and if old town hits, which it will because Randall is a thing, that's just game in 4 rounds against Choke collecting 0 gold most rounds. That's quite impressive. Yeah, nothing to be done. Hopeless for Greyjoy Winter. And if he did delay Ghost of Harrenhal, you see, even after the Morghulis, it's 15, so would be pushing towards 15 before that Morghulis. So I don't know. I don't know how much time there was, and if Dupe was found, that was game anyway. It was that Iron Throne that we saw discarded for intrigue. I mean, if that was drawn on setup against this deck, and it has quite a bit of trouble getting Grendel into play. Has to play that Prince plot to have 2 chances in marshalling and in the standing phase, but then it also needs to have enough gold on a 1 gold plot against Greyjoy Choke to actually get him into play in marshalling that turn. Otherwise, Iron Throne stays standing and caused in the standing phase. So yeah, I had that exact situation when we were playing Tyrell in 8 regions last week, and I was practicing against this, and there was no throne. I mean, I was the person playing the Tyrell deck, and there was no throne. I was trying to assemble the King's Roads to get past Nope Throne on the Prince plot, where I had 2 opportunities to play him. And yeah. I think I succeeded, but I lost the game anyway because it was, I played so much of the game without Randall in play, and you can't really do that. So okay, what's the time? Okay, our next 8 regions games coming up. Won't be streaming that in this video. But wanted to check the stats a little bit just to show you what's been played in this last Champions of Westeros season. Okay, yeah, goes against everything we've experienced in some other tournaments. Honestly, Greyjoy on top on total faction points, Baratheon on the bottom, even though they're really successful, and Nightwatch. That's all of those Valyrian steals played the business end of the tournament as well, right? So, and Targaryen. What's the agenda here? Sea of Blood. Yeah, makes sense. So, yeah, really interesting situation in the game at the moment, and new restricted list coming up shortly as well. But honestly, doesn't need to do that much because it's looking pretty healthy. So there we are. We can see martifoz crowned here. Just need to click end tournament, I guess. That's Mark's job. I think he won a few editions ago. Winter, okay, 2 editions ago. So and spring was won by Super Duck. Makes sense. And I think Matt is still looking for his first title. It's been close a few times. It's not easy to remember. I don't think he has a Champions of Westeros though. But, oh, he does. Spring 2024. Okay, a while back, but he has one already. Well, everyone's winning them, and I still haven't won one, so a bit jealous. Yeah. So I'll be saying goodbye now because I want to watch my teammate play the 8 regions. So thank you all for watching this one. I will, as usual, put a link to the registration for the fall season in the description of the video. So register for that, and then see you next time.